Joining me now, soybean farmer John Boyd Jr. He is the founder and president of the National Black Farmers Association. He's also a friend of this show. So, John, this morning you were feeling pretty positive, but
Yes.
Now that President Trump says he's going to keep pushing these tariffs through no matter what, how are you doing?
Well, I don't care how you look at it today. It's a big win for me and a big loss for this president. That's why he was screaming to the top of his lungs at this press conference. He know he lost in a big way today. And this is the first step in the right direction. This is the first real hard no that this president has heard from the Supreme Court since he became elected. 6-3 is a pretty sweeping, victory. I don't care how you look at it. And now we want to turn to Congress to see how we can get compensated for lost revenue from all of the hardship that these tariffs have cost us. And the soybean market alone, we lost $54 billion, and the president is proposing $12 billion. I mean, people, you can do the math there. What the Supreme Court didn't do is lie out how farmers like myself are going to recoup our losses based on the damage from the president's tariffs. But I don't care how you look at it today, this president lost and John Boyd won today, because I've been on your show saying that these tariffs are illegal. And the court agreed with me today. And what the president said to the Supreme Court today was deplorable. He called them lapdogs and fools and rhinos. How does he think the other world leaders are looking at this decision and rating him today? It shows his lack of leadership skills.
So I'm curious if you have a sense, just sort of back of the napkin kind of math of how much you've personally lost because of these tariffs.
Well, I don't mind telling you, I'm sitting here today, I have a $80,000 seed and fertilizer bill that, I came up short with. I barely made my fall note that I was talking to you about last time. I really scrambled to get that payment in. Man, this president has put farmers in real hardship. And he didn't say a word today. Generally, he'd be talking about how good he loved farmers and he was going to help them and all this stuff. He didn't say nothing about farmers and how this is going to affect us moving forward. But I do think it sends the right signal to our partners that the United States still have some other bodies of government that still are going to weigh in and bring this president back to circle. I heard what he said, but I don't care how you look at it. He lost today. He lost today, and he lost in a big way. And I don't know about the other people, but I'm proud of the Supreme Court for standing up to him and making the right decision. They made the right decision here. They voted in support of America's farmers, and this president is putting us out of business through farm foreclosures, high input costs, farm suicides. All of these things happened since this president announced tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. And Canada is our best friend. I don't know what we're fighting with them for and imposing these awful tariffs on someone who's been a loyal partner to the United States.
So now that you have this ruling, and at least for you, it's still worth something, certainly celebrating today. Are you able to take it and go to banks, to other partners that you work with to get yourself in a better financial position now? Does it allow you to do anything today that you maybe couldn't do last week?
Thank you for that question, because just this week alone, 2 banks told me as long as those tariffs was in play that they would not be able to extend credit. I haven't been able to reach out to them since this ruling came out this morning, but I'm certainly going to be circling back, and hopefully that now bankers will look at the condition of America's farmers and begin to work with them. But more so Congress needs to put an act of Congress in place to redistribute farmers' losses. And that needs to happen through an act of Congress, and it needs to happen swiftly, and send a message to this president that Congress doesn't agree with the condition of these policies and the condition that it's put America's farmers in. We're losing land, we're losing generational farmers that are going to leave the farm and never return. And that's something real serious to look at. As this president continues to lose corn, wheat, and soybeans to bargain with, he's going to China. He's going to be using the position of America's soybean producers to negotiate. So these are things that have to be weighed in and looked at. And he used the White House pulpit today and said to vote for Republicans. I mean, I've never seen such bipartisanship. It's really a violation of the Hatch Act to sit in the White House and say vote for one party. People need to look at the condition that this president put John Boyd in and think about their vote. And for many of the white farmers that voted for him 3 times fold, man, you need to think about what you're doing and the position of America's farmers and make sure that you vote the right way in midterm elections.
Well, John Boyd Jr., I know that at times over the last year or so, you have felt like your business has been, on the razor's edge. And so I'm really grateful to see that you're still here in the fight and that you feel that there is now wind at your back. It's good to see you. And thank you so much for sharing more of your story on the show today.
Thank you so much. And thank you for staying on top of this very, very important issue. Thank you.
Of course.